welcome back to FinanceRox. Today I am doing my November review, so November financial review. I will switch to the overhead shot and I'll show you guys in my bullet journal. We're going to go over the no spend days that we had, our cash management tracker, spending by category, and then kind of just flip through the November money journal and gratitude log. So I'll show those to you so you can see in detail what our financial review looks like each month. So let's switch over. Okay, so here is our no spend day tracker. For the month of November, I went ahead and filled in the days that we had no spending. Now I don't include our utility spending or kind of like our necessity spending. We had 14 no spend days for the month of November, and that is about average. The first three, we had 20 days each, the first 3 months of the year. That's very typical for us. We don't spend much when it's cold. I don't like going outside, so a pretty average month spending wise. The next one I wanted to go over is our cash management tracker. And I know I've gone through this a few times now on the channel. I will try to go through it kind of quickly here. So the first line, cash available, so that's accounting cash, checking, savings, CDs, bonds, paper money, all the things. 77,818, less our credit cards that need to be paid off, 38.92. We pay them off in full at the end of each month, so we never have to pay credit card interest. Emergency funds, same throughout the year, 21,500. 1 month ahead on bills, so we keep $2,000 in our checking account at all times, just so that we don't have to stress out about when during the month things come out. Negative check is going to be a positive 50,426. So if that was negative, that would mean that it's time to go into emergency savings mode. We don't have enough money to cover our emergency funds or bills, and so we would essentially stop spending money. It's in the positive, so we get to move on to the next section, which is wants and goals. So the top goal that we're saving for is our home down payment, $70,000. European vacation, $10,000. I might adjust that because I'm not sure now if we're going to be doing that in 2022 either. Canada road trip, we ended up going to Oregon instead, so $0 there. And I guess maybe this would be a good time to mention that we give ourselves full flexibility to decide when we want to change these things. So if we want to go on a different trip, we can do that. If we want to stop going on trips and save for the down payment, we can do that. So we give ourselves flexibility with the goals that we set to change our minds down the road. These are not set in stone, so just wanted to mention that. For sinking funds, I have $5,000. That's essentially end of the year giving and Christmas gifts, so charity and giving. IRA contribution, $0. I went ahead and made my spousal IRA contribution this week. And then cash available to spend, negative $34,574. And again, seeing the negative balance here, that just helps remind me, oh, we're actively trying to save money right now. So kind of a psychological trick I play on myself. Some trickery. And then the final section that I have is our actual, what am I doing here? The final section is our actual allocation. So this says, here's how much money we have. What are we actually going to do with it? So accounting for these goals and our needs, what are we actually doing with that same amount of money? First off, we'll pay off the credit card, $3,892. We'll save $21,500 for our emergency fund. We will have $2,000 as our 1 month ahead on bills. Europe trip and Canada road trip, I'm going to set aside $0 for now since, like I said, those one's on the back burner and one was completed. Sinking funds, $5,000. And that means that the remainder of the money we have will be set aside for the home down payment since that's our top savings goal currently. So that means we have $45,426. And that means that at the bottom here, cash available to spend, $0. I know it's trickery, but it helps me to see it like that. It just helps me to save more money, so I always do it. Okay, let's look at our November spending by category. So here is our spending tracker. I've been trying to alternate my pen colors on here just to make it a little bit more legible, a little easier to see the amounts. I need to come up with a new way to do this because I feel like this spread is just full and not that pleasant to look at. So I might be changing this for next year, but okay, so for November, our food and dining was $573, which is a decrease from $698, which is pretty good, especially considering that we went on a trip to Cincinnati in November for a conference. Bills and utilities, $341. It's pretty typical. Gifts and donations, $63. I did one Facebook donation. December is going to be a big month for giving because we have our annual giving to do. Taxes, we paid our property taxes. We pay them twice a year. So $1,470 for property taxes. It went up. As you'll see, it's $1,285 was the last one. Auto and transport, we paid our auto insurance, $262. We actually did not even gas up. We hardly went anywhere in the month of November. So that was only one transaction, and it was our auto insurance for the next 6 months. So really low on auto lately. Home, we spent $327. And again, I'm pretty sure that that was just home insurance. I don't think there was any other charges we had for home. Travel was a big one. $1,149, and that was for the hotel for the conference we went to, and then I also booked an Airbnb for a bachelorette party. Pets, we had 216. We got our dog boarded when we were on our trip, so that was dog boarding. Health and fitness, 75. This was a workout fitness challenge that I signed up for that goes through Christmas because I have not been very healthy lately, so I needed a little extra kick in the butt. Shopping, 95. That was CBD gummies, and that was all. Entertainment, there were a few things here. Mr. FinanceRox got a $20 video game. It was our Netflix subscription. Oh, and then when we were in Cincinnati, he went to the zoo one day, and then we went fowling. It's like bowling, but with a football. That made up the $80 of entertainment spending. Personal care was $93. That was mostly like over-the-counter medical stuff. And then I spent $30 on shea butter from Eva's Hawaiian Shea Butter. And she's like a 10-year-old entrepreneur, so you guys should check out her website. I will link it in the description if you're interested in buying Christmas gifts or as a gift for yourself and help support a tiny, adorable entrepreneur. Fees and charges were $0. Bank services were $247, and that was mostly buying a ticket to another conference. And then part of it was an umbrella policy for our insurance. The last category is education, so we spent $62. And that was for an app that my husband uses that is called Do Chinese. So that means in total we spent $5,053. I knew this month was going to be above average because of the property insurance and then paying our home and auto policies all renewed. So as expected, bigger month than usual. Compared to like last month, we only spent $2,537. Oh, the other thing that went through into travel was we get our camper stored. Because of our HOA, we're not allowed to store our camper at our house, which is a bummer. We thought we were going to be able to. I think it was like $140 hit the travel budget for the camper storage as well. Okay, jumping ahead to the monthly journal portion. So this is our November setup. And I had on here, so this is my money journal that I've been keeping. And I just write on here anything that I learned, like how to improve our personal finances, things that I DIY'd or fixed myself, money management things like canceling Amazon Prime and updating my resume, doing my IRA contribution, checking the expiration dates on our points and miles that we've accrued to make sure that things don't go wasted. So just whatever kinds of things I'm doing for our finances. And I try to fill out the whole thing. So it not only is just a place for keeping track, but it also is like encourages me to try to complete this many tasks for our finances each month. And I don't include the regular things like reviewing our spending or our household meetings. These are kind of like the above and beyond, one-off kind of tasks. Oh, I trained my dog to run on our treadmill. One of the things I've done to DIY is learning how to train a dog in order to not have to pay for our dog to go to like lessons, dog lessons. So I trained him to run on the treadmill, and it's really cute. Maybe I should try to get a little video to include because it's really adorable. Okay, and then the very last page is going to be my November gratitude page and my year-end goals. So November gratitudes, again, it's kind of the same as the other one. I put the bullets on there ahead of time and then try and make sure I fill in at least that many gratitudes throughout the month. And then I did my year-end goals, which I updated in the video that I posted previously, so I won't go over that again with you guys. So that's all I have for you. I'd love it if you let me know in the comments how your November went, and if you want, you can even use it for accountability, like sharing how much you spent in the month of November. I really think that reviewing by category is very helpful. It's so easy to get bogged down in the weeds of our finances, like looking at every individual transaction and not really seeing the impact on a bigger scale. So like looking at our food and dining in total sometimes surprises me compared to when I'm like, oh, okay, we spent $5 on a milkshake or whatever. Anyway, hope you had a great November. And until next time, I hope your finances rock.